I'm going to quickly go through the teams. It's me, Jack Cunningham. I haven't got co-coms this evening due to technical problems. But Hemel's lineup: in goal, Craig King. Captain, Gus Scott Morris. Then a back five, centre-backs, Jack Westbrook, Cole Capecqua and Joash Nembard, with Josh Castiglione at left wing-back. Then Samir Carruthers, Chris Paul, Dominic Morgan-Griffiths form the three, and Alex Adai and the man who cannot stop scoring, Charlie Hughes, up front. That usual 5-3-2 that Mark Jones has adopted. On the bench for the Tudors, Dan Wishart, Alfie Cerulli, Jamal Prosper, Jacob Gardner-Smith and Alfie Williams. The away side now come forward again, ball over the top. It finds Wanjo Smith, who's in the box. He's at the byline. He pulls it across. And it's brilliant defending at the far post to deny an opening goal for Ryan Seeger, who was flying in at the back post. But some fantastic defending there prevents the goal. This is now back with Westbrook, but that was far too easy from Hemel's point of view. About 30 yards, 35 yards from goal now. Paul across to Dominic Morgan-Griffiths on the left-hand side of midfield. He finds Castiglione, who's been absolutely superb lately. Sends a cross in. Emerson with a good header away. Castiglione then can't receive the pass from Morgan-Griffiths, but he gets it there now. Here he goes on the left. Drills his cross in. It's blocked. And he sends another one in. That's much better. Scott Morris! Just wide of that far post. The keeper at the spot. And he leapt like a salmon, did Scott Morris, as he always does. Narrowly headed wide. Really intense energy to this game. Good ball forward by Carruthers in the direction of a dive, but good defending by Ram. Jones then lifts it forward, and Westbrook heads it calmly to Morgan-Griffiths. And the Tudors can start again. Up to a die, who tries to spin. He does, gets there. Span Ram, gets to the byline, does a die, sends his cross in, and it's won inside a corner. Good forward play from Alex Adai there. It's going to be an outswinger. It's whipped in. It's a brilliant ball. And it's cleared at the near post. Comes back out to Carruthers, who might get a shot away. Squeezes it out to Paul. And then his strike from the edge of the box is blocked. Finds Jones. Jones looks up in the left wing back role. Finds Ram. Hughes pressing well, but Hungerford work it out. And Rusby picks it up now. And he switches it over towards Tyler Castiglione. Beats him to it, but can't receive the ball. Morgan-Griffiths then wins the ball in midfield brilliantly. Then gets past another challenge. Brilliant work rate as always from Scott Morris, who's travelling infield. Might go for the shot here. Scott Morris, he goes for goal. Kenny has just got down to collect, but Scott Morris has got taste for goals this season. He was close to adding another one there. Capecqua brings it down on his chest and plays it out to Castiglione. And now Hemel start again on the far side. Slips it down the line to Adai. He's got two Hungerford shirts around him. He leaves it off for Castiglione, who takes it on and gets into the penalty area. And then it looks like he's fouled. Oh, I've got to say, I think that, well, it was definitely a foul. I'm not sure if it was in the penalty area or just outside, but it was definitely a foul. And Mackie was not interested, and play continues. This is now back with Evans on the edge of his own penalty area. Seeing nothing of Jake Evans so far either. Away, Morgan-Griffiths squeezes it out. It looks like there's a foul on the edge of the penalty area, and there is. Morgan-Griffiths closed down Jake Evans, then won his side a free kick, despite the fact he's still limping. But that is what Morgan-Griffiths does. Never stops running, does he? The referee blows his whistle. It's Samir Carruthers. He goes low, and it's deflected by him for a corner. Now plays it into the Tudors half. Westbrook then wins his header. Paul lets it bounce once, then twice. Then Evans gets in there. Then Wilmoth. Westbrook. Scott Morris flicks it on. Jones. It's all a bit carnage in the midfield, but then it runs for Chris Paul, who's got time and space, and then Bailey comes flying in. Carruthers with a delightful spin, and here's a die. Plays it across, and Emerson is there at the right time to deny a potential tap in, and that would have been a sensational goal because that spin from Samir Carruthers was absolutely fantastic. Launches it up towards Hughes, picked up by Wilmoth, who got booked in the first half. He's going to have to be careful. Nembard nods it up in the air. Capecqua then flicks it backwards, and then Wanjo Smith now comes away with it, and here is Rusby. He's at the edge of the box. James Rusby, good save by Craig King. It was straight at him, but he got his hands up, did the Hemel goalkeeper, and denied Rusby the opening goal. But Hungerford cutting through the midfield a bit too easily there. And Carruthers gathers it up and tries to get the Tudors on an attack. Finds Paul, who touches it past Jake Evans, who's wiped out his former teammate. Carruthers now steps up, sends the ball in the box, and it's thumped away by Bailey. Castiglione then goes up past Seeger. Lovely touch by Evans, who then tries to play it through for Wanjao Smith. Evans then picks it up again, and then Wanjao Smith now travelling infield from the far side. Goes down and is fouled. Looks like it could be Jones, the left wing back. He's going to take it left-footed. He's going to send it into the box. It's Rusby connecting with it, and I'll tell you what, he probably should have scored. Totally free at the back post, James Rusby. Bullet header, about a yard or so over the bar. Kenny now plays that goal kick forward. Comfortably headed away by West, but it's a great header actually. Nearly found Hughes, sliced away by Rusby. Might reach a die. Does on the far side. What can he do with it? Goes on the outside. Gets across in towards Carruthers, who makes contact with the ball the outside of his left boot, but can't direct it on target. And that goes down as the first decent opportunity of the second half of the Tudors. Well created by Alex Adai there. Used his pace and strength and then drilled the ball in low. Made a run from deep. Made contact about 12 yards out from goal, but couldn't put it on target. Samir Carruthers here. As play continues, makes a drive and run forward. Then Paul just floats one into the back post. It misses everyone. Tyler makes slight contact with it though. And then Castiglione's won it back brilliantly. Gets a cross in. They want handball. And they've got a penalty, the Tudors. Absolutely fantastic work rate by Josh Castiglione, who chased down a lost cause, got the byline, drove across in, and there was clearly a hand out there. And Mackie points to the spot. And it's Charlie Hughes' chance to give Hemel the lead. But we're finally ready to take this penalty. Mackie blows his whistle. Hughes steps up and slams it into the bottom corner and makes it 5 goals in 5 and gives the Tudors the lead, and they are on course for their second home win on the bounce. Charlie Hughes sends the keeper the wrong way. Kenny dives left. Hughes goes right. He is in fine form this season, and who else would it be? Kenny finds Wanjao Smith, who's looking at drive at Scott Morris and Paul. Pulls it out to Evans, who sends across into the back post, and it's a free header for Bailey, and he's headed it miles wide of the far post, but he had the whole penalty area free, and he's got his head in his hands, and he really should have scored. This is Tyler. Bailey, great tackle by Morgan Griffiths. Paul loses it. Evans into Seeger, works on his left foot, shoots. Ryan Seeger straight at Craig King. Well, still in the corner, and the end. There is the full-time whistle, and Hemel have won back-to-back home wins after going all season without one. A 5th goal in 5 for Charlie Hughes was the difference. It was a strong battling performance from Mark Jones' side, especially in the first half, created numerous opportunities. But the Josh Castiglione, fantastic work rate to win a penalty, handball. Charlie Hughes stepped up, slammed it into the opposite corner, and it's a big, big win for the Tudors, because as it stands, it moves them up to 10th place in the league.